Okay, so another episode of the rapid speedrun. E4, C5. Not exactly a speedrun, but I'm trying to get to 1800. Okay, D6. I play the knight off, so we're just going for the knight off here. I've just accomplished 1900 as well, bullets, for the first time in one sitting since I got to 1800. So I'm a little bit excited, but hopefully we can calm down for rapid. Okay, so this is all theory, and this is the starting position of the open Sicilian. Okay, now here we divert. Okay, I think let's play e5 first. Had I gone e6, it would have been the Scheveningen. e5 maintains a knight of structure. So e6 in these structures, the Scheveningen. My opponent will go for something that looks like an English attack. The typical move here is knight goes back there. Now the move that I'm going to make no matter what, I believe, is bishop e6. Okay, so there's two options here. Okay, bishop e6, bishop e7, knight b d7, queen here, b5, b4, bishop b7. That's pretty much what I want to go for. The problem is my opponent has bishop d3, queen d2, g4, g5, maybe even h4, h5, and their attack is scary. I'm going to put my queen here and my rook here. So for now, what I'm going to do is, let's play bishop e6. This is the move that I'm going to make regardless of what they do. I do have another setup that involves, the moment they play queen d2, I could go h5. And this I have been experimenting. I think I'll go h5. This is quite risky, but the whole point is we are preventing this, right? I know my opponent wants to castle queenside. Like, now we go, now we go queen c7, knight b d7, and then the same thing with b5. I hope I haven't move ordered into something imprecise here. But basically, that's the idea. The problem with this is it's very risky. I might not castle my king actually. And I haven't really looked at this in detail or in depth. At some point, I might want to play g6. I might play g6 and bishop g7 also, but the bishop defends this pawn. My opponent might play, okay, now we just play knight b d7, I guess. If the knight comes in, I'll take. If they play h3 now, what do I do? Because my opponent might play h3 so that they can go h4. Now there are two options there. Excuse me, let me drink some water. There are multiple options there. H3 is a logical move. I could consider castling queenside. Ooh. I could consider castling queenside after h3. But then, what do I do now is the question. So, this pretty much means I'm not castling queenside anymore. Excuse me. My opponent could also sack something here. I don't know if it works now. Bishop takes, the knight takes. Yep, maybe I should have spent a bit more time. Bishop takes, pawn takes. If I lose this, it'll be the first time I've lost since I've started. Like in the last 4 episodes that I did on Rapid, which I also uploaded to YouTube, by the way. So we'll see. But there's also this. I need to calm down and do some actual calculation here. If they go here, what do? I don't do anything. Now the biggest question I have here is, do I ever go bishop e7? Or do I reserve my bishop there in case I want to go g3 and put my bishop along this diagonal? Following this logic, my rook goes on c8. I think rook c8 is pretty much the safest move I could play. My opponent might be calculating this sacrifice actually. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight here, attacking this square. Can I go here? This is a light square. It also attacks the knight. If takes, there's bishop takes, queen takes, I just take, rook takes, then I castle. These knights are superfluous, they defend each other. So it'll be a piece for two pawns. Unless there's something else. Can this other knight get involved somehow in the attack? Knight takes. Knight takes, queen here. Hello, Pia bro, how's it going? Welcome back. Okay, so I expected this. I did mention that this was an option for my opponent. So they're going for this. And after takes. Well, they won't do this right away because after takes, I do have knight takes. They can't take back because the rook takes. So I think I do have g6. Do I want to go g6? If here it takes, I could take back this way. I do not want that at the moment. Right now, I think I'll play rook c8. This feels a bit premature, and I don't know if I want to go bishop e7 right away. So I'm going rook c8. That way, when they come in with their pawns, I also have b4. b4 threatens to actually win this pawn, right? So let's see. After b4, they might come here. I'll just take the bishop. That's actually good for me. I could put my knight here, two knights to attack the d5 pawn. Okay, so now my opponent will try to develop the bishop. Yep. Okay. Expected that. This is the type of position I love to have in a blitz game. Because in rapid I actually have to calculate this. This bishop defends this pawn. Okay. Great. The next move is obviously g4. g4 takes. g4 takes. Actually, they'll take back with this pawn. Takes, rook takes, then what? So I could play g6 so that after push. Actually, after push, I could just ignore them, right? But then they push an extra move. I could just ignore them actually. Do I want to go g6? I don't think I want to do this. I'm never playing that move. Takes. Okay, so the candidate moves, I think, knight b6, going there, so that I get the bishop pair, and b4. Those are the two moves I want to make. Okay, I should just say in the chat, please don't give me move ideas. I was about to say, I was just about to say that, and yeah, I saw you be a bro, because I do remember that your rating is quite high, right? Like, so please don't give me move suggestions. Yeah, because it would be considered cheating. But yeah. Yeah, actually, d5 is considered a freeing advance in the knight off, so that's another option. But the problem with d5 is it clarifies things too much. d5 takes. If knight takes, bishop takes. d5 takes. Okay, I'm spending too much time here. So what I'll do is I'll play knight here. Knight b6. This can't be a bad move. And then now we also have an extra piece that defends d5. So the question is, do I want to trade this knight for the bishop, or would I rather have the... If I do this after takes, they just take back with the queen. That doesn't really accomplish much. G6, I know that it's a line and some Stockfish sometimes recommends this. Okay, so G4 takes. You know what? After G4, I could just play bishop here. G5, bring my knight back. This is a good move if I want to castle though, which I'm not doing. So maybe this just wastes a move. Okay, let's see what my opponent does first. Okay, let's calculate b4. b4, knight a4. I don't want to castle because of the pawn storm that's coming in. Or at least I want to delay castling. I don't know, my king won't be safe. This file is might open up, so the queen can also transfer to the king side. I don't know. Okay, b4, knight here, I guess. Actually, there's also bishop takes. b4, bishop could just take a6, but I don't think that's a good idea on account of the rook can just go back, attacking the bishop. The knight has to move somewhere. The bishop is under attack. So, okay, b4, knight moves. Do I go here now? a5, b4, b4, knight a4, a5. b4, if the knight goes here, I'll be very happy. Then we can just... Actually, they won't do that because it loses a piece. But it's worth a try. I think I should go b4. I shouldn't wait for them. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. g4, I'll push b4. Okay, I'm guessing the knight could go back somewhere. The queen doesn't really want to take here on account of d5, which attacks the queen. Okay, d4, knight here. So d4, if the knight goes here, both the bishop and the knight attack this square. Okay, so that's number one. So d4, knight a4, knight has to go here, I guess. Bishop takes, bishop here, I just move. I don't think I'm afraid of that actually. So after knight here, but do I really want to risk queen takes and then queen takes, d4, bishop here? Okay, this position is too complicated, man. So the problem with this position is I make one wrong move and I lose. What would the engine evaluation here be? I think it's either equal or white is slightly better. I don't know. Bringing in the bishop here kind of slows down white's attack. Okay. Okay, that I did not see coming. What's the idea? I guess this also here. Okay, here takes is not a good idea on account of this. So here, the knight here. Oh, the knight cannot go there right away. What was I thinking? Because I take. So I do have push. If I go here right away, there's takes. Nah, I don't want that. Okay, so push. I want to see where this knight goes. I think now pushing here is a good idea, actually. Do I go d5, takes? No, now it's too late. I do not understand the idea behind this move. So what? What are you doing there? I'm just gonna push. I'm just gonna put pressure on my opponent. I cannot go there because I take. So it's either this, which is a bad idea, because takes, and this knight is under attack. They have to go back. When they go back, I do have discoveries on this, but what's a good way to progress? Going here will just lead to massive trades. So maybe I could go here. Going there will lead to queen takes though. Now maybe d5. I do not want to move my knight back just to attack this knight. That seems like a wasted move. So no. I do not want to develop my bishop. Maybe I do though. If I do play bishop e7, this is coming next, definitely. But I can just ignore. So maybe, I'm going e5 here, d5. Now, the good thing about d5 is now the queen can't take this. I'm not afraid of bishop takes. Ooh, I just realized something. If bishop takes, if I move my rook, the bishop can go back here with check. Check. Maybe I should play bishop e7 though. I want to take back with the knight now. I choose this knight because there's two things now. This knight becomes... oh no. I'll take with this knight. Maybe I should have spent more time, but I don't think it's necessary. Now we have a discovered attack on this guy. Also, this bishop, which is very important by the way, in the English attack, is undefended. Okay, I am more than happy to trade here. Now I just take. This is a no-brainer. So knight takes bishop, but I want to calculate ahead a bit. Okay, now I think I've equalized. I need to worry about my king though. Okay, I take here. This is not a thing because I do come in. So I think my first option is knight takes, queen takes. Then what? Do I bring my other knight in? Where does the queen go? The queen doesn't. Could go here actually. That's a thing. I don't think I want to do that also, so maybe I should stop calculating something I want to actually do. So there's takes, queen takes, queen takes. I could bishop e7 maybe. Bishop e7. I also have bishop d3 just to over defend this pawn, right? Because the attack will be coming in from this direction. Bishop d6 rather. I also have e5. No, this is not a thing. Takes. I cannot take because of the bishop. So first I'll take. I think I'll take. Now let's calculate from here. Okay, what do I have? I also have bishop takes, takes. No. Do I want to push to preserve this pawn? Not at the moment. Okay. Other ideas. I could take, then put my bishop here, attack the queen with tempo, then castle. Right? I don't know how I... But then here... Okay, so take... Let's say takes. This opens up. Okay, takes. I go here. Queen has to move. Then I castle. Right? So that's like a guaranteed line. What else? Here. That looks great and all, but my king is not safe. So just because I've untangled a bit doesn't mean... So I could take... Do I want to take... This knight is scary. I think I'll go for that. Okay, takes, let's say takes or takes, whatever. I go here, attack the queen. The queen has to go somewhere. This diagonal is a no-no. Maybe here. Actually, the queen could go here. If the queen goes there, though, I push. No? Push. But then the thing is, they will be attacking this. So the queen goes to g5. I castle. This comes... The queen goes to g5. I castle. g4. What am I doing? I could push though. Push, right? Okay, so option 1 is to take. Let's see if I have something that I like more. Can I just go... No, not right away. It doesn't work. Bishop e7. Right, that seems to... Let's do something forcing. Let's take. I need to castle. There's less pieces on the board now, so I think white's attack will not be as strong. I just have to be wary of the pins here. Can I go in right away though? Thing is, if I go here, the queen will go here. And castles, castles just sounds like danger. Because, well, what else do I have though? Ooh, imagine if I slipped. Okay, this is what I decided initially. So this is what I'm going for. Okay, looks like my opponent also calculated this through. Is g6 something I want to do? G6 takes, check. I don't think so. Castles. I think I want to castle, man. Let's castle. Can I get to this diagonal somehow? Bishop takes. I really want to see this move. Oh, what about this? What do I do? Oh my goodness, did I just mess this up? What do I do after queen? Queen here. Okay. The knight defends. Alright, so what do I have? This is an idea. Okay. So, let's see. I do have this and this. The moment I go here, queen takes, but then I have this. Yeah, so I think this is correct. I gotta speed up. The queen cannot take because it gets pinned. Ooh, but then the knight is defended by the bishop though. What am I thinking? What am I saying? I'm losing the plot here. Okay, but what options does it have? Here, no. Here, maybe. Here I go. Here. I could do attack. Okay, I'm realizing that going for castles has led to a position where I no longer have. Sorry, trading my bishop has led to a position where I no longer have a strong attack on their king side. If I go here, we end up just trading. So if I go here and they go here, and I go here, there's takes, and I lose a piece. I do not see anything else. This could be followed by g3, actually g6. This is the worst move they could make. This. What do I do after that? This is too slow. I have nothing here. Okay, so if they move away, I could also attack the bishop outright. I think this is an idea. This is an idea. They have to escape to a dark square now, right? The queen defends right now. Even if they go there, I still go here. This is not a thing. This is not a thing. This is not a thing. Because of the bishop, this is not a thing. This is not a thing. I think I'm winning material here, aren't I? Unless they decide to take first. In which case I'll take the queen. If they take the rook, the knight defends. I don't know. So it's kind of strange that these days I've been liking the. So why you should prepare against the main lines, because in bullet and blitz a lot of people don't go for the main lines. Like sometimes when I face the main lines, I am afraid. Wait, what does white do here? I think white is cooked here, no? To make matters worse, they won't even be up the exchange, because to make matters worse, this rook does defend that square. So when I take the rook and they take back with the rook, we end up just trading rooks. So maybe two. No, that's not a good idea. Yep, I think I'm winning here. I don't know. What am I missing? If takes, I don't. I could even take back this way actually. Actually, if takes, I won't complicate things. I'll just take the queen. And then rook has to take. Yep. I think my opponent has realized the error of their ways. I'm drinking water. Sorry, I have a bit of a flu. I thought this was a risky move on account of. Maybe they should have. I think my opponent didn't calculate far enough. They thought, okay, I'll go here and then. Because the previous two moves that they made were very, very quick, very fast. I'm curious to see what the engine. Okay, let's not count the chickens before they hatch. I don't know. Any move that's not a queen move involves. Any move that's not a queen move. No, it has to be a queen move here. Okay, whatever. Okay, should we calculate that though? Okay, let's say they go here. They go here, I go here. Now the queen has to move again. So there are moves. It's either they go here or here. I need to calculate this so that I don't mess up. Okay, the queen goes. Where would I go? Maybe I would go here just to maintain contact. Okay, I go. Then here. Where else? The queen. Interestingly, the queen goes back. So that after bishop takes, there's knight takes. There's bishop takes. If pawn takes, queen takes with check. So, okay, this is the first move, I guess. Actually, after this, there is push. There's push, takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes with check. So maybe I should have spent more time calculating on this time. Okay, let's go for it. Ooh, really? This is the worst version though, because now I just take the queen, bro. Huh, okay, yeah. I think this one is GG's, I think. So the only if I were them, I would have just accepted the loss of the queen and okay, now what do we do? I don't know. This is GG's, man. I would just resign here. But I guess this is the best move probably. At this point I'm not even thinking anymore. I also have tricks here. So let's take first. Then I'll move here, I think. Here. This. Let's centralize our queen, no? But then the bishop just takes the pawn. This. I just have to make sure I put this in the bag. Okay, do I want to bring my knight in? Okay, this bishop takes pawn. This knight. Let's go here. I think there's no need to rush here. The knight would block here if I ever need that shelter. If push, I also have push. I don't need to actually trade. Push, I just go back. If push, I push this forward. Their pawn blocks their own bishop. Okay, now I go in with my queen. Okay. Oh, the knight off is very complicated, man. The only way for me to lose this is to relax and blunder. But what would I have to blunder? Okay, so I think I decided that I'll push here, right? Takes is not something we want. I think we'll push. But now okay, let's just push. Now even the knight can't go in. So the pawns are frozen. We'll try to win this pawn. Unfortunately, the game is going to have to end slowly. The conversion is going to be slow. Okay, so I go here. Bishop moves away. Then where? Okay, the bishop would have to go there. I could even just develop my knight further, no? My opponent is probably gonna give up that file for this one. Okay, great. What do they have? Knight here, knight here. Knight jumps. Takes, I'm not worried about. Then check. Okay. When the queen moves, check, check, check. I just block with the bishop actually. So and then they push the pawn though. By then I would have taken the knight. I don't think I mind. They take. There are no tricks. I think let's just bring our queen in. True, the bishop is defending the knight. I'll read that when the game is finished. I don't think their knight has any good squares. My opponent also has to worry about mating ideas here. Okay. I'm messing this up. I don't even have this. Okay, I think I have to worry about rook here. Because of this. If my knight goes there, the rook comes in. Okay, but let's start with check, moves, take, rook comes in, I take. Check, there's also bishop here though. Okay, let's go check first. Bishop blocks. I take. Now I have takes. Okay, the beautiful thing, maybe I do allow check and I just move. Okay, okay, interesting. This threatens, Am I messing this up? The problem is after I take, when the rook comes in, the knight is under attack. So, takes. Okay, I panicked there. I think I need to develop my knight. I need to speed up. Also, let's put this queen away from. Now the rook is tied to the defense of the pawn. Let's bring this knight in. Let's bring the knight in. If the rook moves away, Okay, let's start munching on these pawns. I'll take. Yeah, this is GG's. I don't know. This check doesn't do anything. I do not want to check. I'm not checking messages right now because I don't want to lose focus. So where does the queen go? Queen has to go back. I take. Okay, now I go here. There are no threats. This knight is literally pinned. I think I'll go up. This is probably the worst thing they could do because now there'll be a fork. But maybe I should go up just, so that it's not a tempo move. I also have takes. Yeah, takes attacks the rook. Ooh, I think I'll do this. Maybe I don't even take. Okay, my opponent froze. Alright, we've crossed 1700. Great. Let's see. What did you say? Let's see the message. You said think queen e3 was better earlier instead of knight e7 because you threatened the bishop. If the bishop moves away from the knight, you can take it, and if the bishop goes away from the. Okay, let me maximize my chat. And if the bishop goes away from defending e4, you fork the rook and the king. Okay, let's analyze the game. I'm going to. I'm gonna go share. I use lichess when I'm analyzing games, so I'm gonna go share. I'll get the PGN, and let's just go to lichess. Okay, I'll switch scenes so that it looks better to use analysis board. Let's see. The thing about that type of game is you're winning. You don't want to overthink it, so okay, now let me switch scenes to something. Okay, that. Alright, queen d5, I believe. Okay, okay, let's see. That's at the very end. Let's see. Okay, this. Yeah, but it's all winning at least. Okay, I need to start analyzing it from the top so that I at least keep track of everything. So let's look at the opening. I'll open up table base. So e4, c5, knight off, takes, a6, bishop e3. This usually transposes, so e5, knight b3, bishop e6. This is correct. Bishop e3. Now I have a choice here. I could go bishop e7, which is the quieter approach. Let's see, bishop e7, queen d2. I also have a study on the knight off on my lichess actually. So let me just go there. It's a public study too, so two's analysis board. Where do I always go? Two's, wait, learn study. There was a time when I used to make a lot of studies, so my studies, and then I have one on the Scheveningen and the knight off. So I think that's the English attack line. So this is what we get if I play bishop e7 or something similar. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, e5 leads to a dynamic game. So if you play e6 here, the problem is white has a crazy. White does want to attack you, so you have a Scheveningen structure. So they're gonna go for this. Trying to play solidly here is a bit risky. So by playing e5, I accept that I'll have a huge weakness because there's this hole. But at the end of the day, it becomes a dynamic game. So you kind of have to accept that you're no longer castling. Okay, here I played h5. Great. So the other line is with the bishop e7. So let's look at this. You know what? Table base is misbehaving, so we'll look at the line I played. Okay, I go queen c7. Ooh, apparently I'm supposed to go knight b d7 first. Knight d5 takes, takes. Yeah, I don't think I would have complained here. Now this is the line where I played g6. Okay, I would have probably gone here first. b5 first, maybe. I don't think my opponent is finding a5 here. If they play a normal move, make a normal move. Ooh, okay, that's the worst move they could make. If they castle, does this lose? No, but it's not the ideal option. Okay, so bishop takes. Wait, where are we? Queen d2 here is bad on account of knight d5. Okay, this is okay. Bishop e7. So the computer wants bishop e7 plus 0.5. b5 is plus 0.6. So they're pretty much similar. Okay. Rook c8. This is all okay. This is all okay except for this. Now this was a mistake. Now the computer wants bishop e7 again, but I go b5, b4, which is the second move. Okay, and here d5. Yep, d5 is correct. After takes, this is fine. Apparently taking with the f knight is better. Okay, here rook d8 is the move the computer wants, but no. Okay, knight d5. So apparently this move was losing. Takes, takes, here, here, castles. They're supposed to come in with their knights. So the idea is white should come. Let's see, knight here. Rook goes there. The knight joins the party. Okay, so that's the argument. So it's the knights. Hey Nupid, how's it going? Welcome back. I'm good, I'm good. How are you? Right now I'm currently analyzing a game that I just played. So let's see. Knight here is better. Knight goes back. Okay, this is how the game went. Takes, takes. Knight here is better. The bishop goes there. Okay, g6 now. Now this just looks scary, man. I don't know. Okay, then here. I guess this makes sense. Takes, takes, takes. If I take here, okay, that's fine too. So maintain the tension. Alright, so let's... Here, this is fine. Okay, so this was a bad move because the knight comes in. This is now equal. Yeah, and this is incorrect. I was expecting this as well. I should have gone here. Then what? This is the only safe square. Then we attack the bishop. I think I would have found this. Okay, here I'm better. Okay, yeah, like I said, my opponent should have gone. This is one of the moves I thought about, because if takes, after say takes, 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 this is not so straightforward. I have to go this way. This still becomes a very risky game. Okay. But this is just resigns. Okay, let's see what I missed. Hmm. So, Beer Bro, you wanted this move to be played. Yeah, 96 right away was. Queen e6 right away was good actually. But this is fine too. I was trying to bait bishop, the bishop blocking because then I just take the pawn. Okay, here. Yeah, this is actually the best move. Crazy. Here, here. Yep, and this is GG's. Okay, so that was a good game, I guess. Risky game, but I managed to win.